Alright, I've been meaning to make this video for a while. It's pretty much about the Hall of Fame. I've been watching the WWE since the 1990s. And the one thing that kept in my head since then was one man, Owen Hart. He done something no one else could do. He literally gave his life for wrestling. For those of you that does not know, Owen Hart fell from the scaffold, the catwalk, whatever you want to call it, and he hit the turnbuckle. He lost his life in the middle of the ring. What I want to know is, you see all these other superstars, wrestlers, like Eddie Guerrero, who died and automatically got put in the Hall of Fame. Yes, Eddie Guerrero and everyone else does deserve the Hall of Fame status. But if the man who died in the middle of the ring does not have a clause in the Hall of Fame, then no one does. And I mean, all these great wrestlers like Hulk Hogan, Roddy Piper, Jake the Snake, all of these guys has a clause in the Hall of Fame. And a lot of the wrestlers that has clause for the Hall of Fame is in the Hall of Fame. But Owen Hart, in my views, has more rights to be in the Hall of Fame than anybody else on the planet. And he's still not. It's like Hulk Hogan's career. Put it up against what happened to Owen Hart. I put my money on Owen Hart getting into the Hall of Fame before Hulk Hogan. And I am one of the biggest Hulkamaniacs out there. Hulk Hogan has been my favorite wrestler since I seen him way back in the WCW. And to say that Owen Hart should be in the Hall of Fame, he has more rights than anybody on the planet. It's like, if he doesn't have rights to be in the Hall of Fame, then no one does. And, I mean, Eddie, I'll go back to him. He was a very good wrestler. He was one of my favorites. And he lost his life outside of the wrestling ring. And he became a Hall of Famer. Yes, he does deserve that spot in the Hall of Fame. Yes, he does. I am not disputing that fact. I am only disputing the fact of Owen Hart deserves to be in the Hall of Fame more than anybody. And it just seems like it's a crime that he's not. I mean, it's like all these good wrestlers. If, let's say John Cena, if he dies tomorrow, he's a shoo-in for the Hall of Fame. But Owen Hart, who died in the squared circle, it's been what? Almost 15 years, I want to say? And he's still not in the Hall of Fame? It took, what, Eddie a few months to be put in the Hall of Fame. So what's the issue with Owen Hart? Bret Hart's in the Hall of Fame. Good wrestler. Deserves that spot. Ric Flair. He was still wrestling. And he was put in the Hall of Fame. Ric Flair, one of the best. He is the 16-time World Heavyweight Champion. He deserves that spot. Owen Hart deserves a spot in the Hall of Fame more than anybody. And if you are a true fan of this sport, you believe the same way I do. If you want to preserve what the Hall of Fame really means, the only logical outcome is to put Owen Hart in the Hall of Fame. There's no way around it.